Hi friends, and welcome back to my 19th YouTube video on my YouTube channel. Woo! I am Hawkinsimmer, and today we are doing a speed build. Just a plain old Jane old speed build. Nothing super exciting about it. I had a family in mind. It's like a single mother and her 2 kids, and they're all artists. They all like to paint. So there's a few easels in the house, and then I put down like some newspaper on the ground, from the rug section, and then made it look like they were paint drippings. And I don't know, I think it turned out kind of cute, but they're just like teeny tiny little, moments in the home. It's kind of small, tight kitchen really, but I think it turned out really cute in the end. I don't often go for warm tones in a house. I'm into more of the blues and greens and whites, but I kind of went warm tone here and I thought it was really cute from the outside. So yeah, honestly, I'm excited to be sitting down and doing this because I skipped Thursday's video because I was celebrating Christmas with my families, and it feels like I haven't done a build in a while, even though it really hasn't been that long. But it feels like it. But the holidays were great. How are your holidays? Are your holidays over? I know that there are tons of holidays that happen between like Thanksgiving and like well past the American New Year. So I know there's tons going on and it might not be over yet, but how was it if it is over? What are you excited about if it's not over? Mine is mostly over. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned in my last video, which was the Christmas decor build with me video. I'll link that above in the eye. But I mentioned that I have 5 nieces and a nephew, and of those 5 nieces and a nephew, 4 of them have been diagnosed with the flu or strep throat. One of them, 3-year-old, the littlest, had her elbow pulled out of socket. Some fun Christmas Day, shenanigans. And there's one left that hasn't had really anything, but he's probably going to get flu B or strep or something, or I don't know, maybe like we'll get hit by a nuclear bomb. Who knows at this point? So we haven't had my husband's like immediate family, his 2 siblings and their kids and his parents. We usually get together and have something, and we haven't gotten to do that yet because everyone is ill. So my Christmas tree is still up, and there are tons of presents underneath my Christmas tree, and there probably will be for a while, because we just have no idea when we're actually going to get together. Hopefully soon, though, because usually we have that Christmas before actually Christmas Day, so it kind of feels like Christmas hasn't really happened until it happens. But anyway, here I am just placing the dining table. I actually really love this dining table and that rug that I used. My grandparents, not anymore, but in their home when I was growing up, in the house that my mother and her siblings grew up in, that house had one of those woven rugs underneath it. And I don't know, I just remember like playing under that table, and my grandmother and I always played slapjack at that table, and I just like have vivid memories of the table and the rug, and it's just like a very specific memory. And actually it was in their kitchen like this. They didn't have a separate dining room in that house. So, I don't know, this kitchen made me feel kind of nostalgic for that. I'm very lucky to have both my grandparents still. Love them dearly. And this whole build this kitchen build made me think of their kitchen a lot. Not the cabinets. They had very traditionally colored cabinets, not blue. I actually really like this color, and I don't think I've used them before. And I like that I like that overhead lamp, I guess, that pendant light that I just placed size down. I hate that a lot of the pendant lights are like too low for your Sims to walk underneath, because that's not how it is really in real life. Like, you would be able to walk under your like light that's above your table. I don't know. I always think that that's so strange, and I wish there were better lighting, overhead lighting options, I suppose. But I'm moving on to the living room right now. I loved cluttering up that mantle with some pictures and, a little like an art project, I guess you're supposed to assume is like a child's art project that they like gave to their parent. And like I said, all three of these, characters, I suppose, are supposed to be artists. So I wanted to make sure that there were lots of pictures on the walls and little trinkets like that that I feel like, the mother has on display from her kids. You'll also notice that I added a lot of clutter items. I mean, I had a lot of clutter items anyway, but I wanted things to look particularly unkept. I had this idea that this woman is recently widowed and is struggling to kind of just keep it together. She's very right brained, she's very creative and all over the place. And now that she, doesn't have her partner, whoever that person was, she's, things have fallen apart a little. But there I am making that painting corner, and I think they're supposed to be rose petals or something, but I thought they kind of looked like paint drops, so I put those there with the newspapers down to make it look like that was a little work area. I always tend to put easels by windows because, well, I don't know, inspiration from all the things outside, I suppose. And here I am just doing another little entryway credenza type thing. I don't know why I like those so much, but I just do. And I put those just like unopened mail piles everywhere, basically. That is something that I am horrible about, and my husband is also horrible about. We are horrible about checking our mail and opening the mail, and then we just let it sit for too long. That's going to be our New Year's resolution. We're going to get better at opening the mail, first of all, checking the mail, and then opening the mail and immediately doing what needs to be done with the mail, either throwing it away or reading the paper, me, or filing stuff, husband. You. I'm looking at you, honey. File that stuff away. I also proposed that we only allow things to sit on our kitchen table that do not belong there for 24 hours. Or maybe I said 12. Either way, he looked at me and laughed and was like, okay, yeah, sure. But I'm committed. I'm committed to not having things on our kitchen table for for longer than they need to be. Like, we should just be able to walk into our home, sit something down if need be, and then put it away when we get the chance, you know? We live in such a small place. When we walk in the door, we are immediately in our living room, our dining room, and our kitchen. It's all one room. And not like, ooh, open concept. We love that. No. Like, so small, we have to eat inside of our refrigerator, basically. Literally, when we're sitting at our dining room table, we don't have to get up to refill our waters because I can just turn around where I always sit and get water from the refrigerator. And honestly, of all the things I hate about how small our house is, that isn't one of them. That is a bonus. That is an upside. I wish there were more things to make houses dirty. I mean, not dirty. Not dirty. Messy. You know how there's a difference between dirty and messy? I want to make more messy homes. Not like the rundown homes, but like just cluttered and messy and not the same clutter over and over again. Like they have that kids clutter and then they have that pile of laundry. But honestly, I wish the laundry basket that has all the folded clothes in it, I wish it didn't have folded clothes in it. Folded clothes in it. Because who folds their clothes and then puts it back in the laundry basket? What are you doing? Like, if you're taking the time to fold it, it takes not the same amount of time to put it away. Like, that's not the hard part. The folding it is the hard part. Once it's folded, I can put it all away. You know what I mean? I wish there was a laundry basket that had underwear hanging out the side, you know? But I did use a lot of the kids' clutter and a lot of the piles of laundry, you know, you know how you have that pile of laundry somewhere in your room or your bathroom of clothing that like isn't quite dirty but also you've worn it? Yeah, I have that pile always in our bathroom. My husband's pile is like everywhere. It's on the side of his bed and also behind the hamper specifically. He's like, oh, you don't need to wash these. I'm going to use them again. So he puts them behind the hamper. But then I think he forgets that they're there. The kids' clutter obviously came in handy here in the kids' room. I imagine that these two girls have to share a room because, life be like that sometimes. You can kind of see the dirty bathroom over there that I didn't include in the build, but I did take a screenshot of. But I thought that these two would share a room and it would be probably crazy colorful because they're both artists, and the younger one, I imagine, is right here, and she has murals on her walls, and she's, like really expressive on the walls. And I obviously included a little kids craft table for her to work at, and then I included a blue easel for the teenage daughter to work at. Like, she's kind of, moved on to something a little bit bigger. I hate that, you can't have those canvases. You have to unlock those or whatever. And I know you can use them in the BB dot show hidden objects or debug or whatever, but that makes my computer, which already runs incredibly slowly, that makes it run even more slowly. So I never use debug items. I remember opening it once when I just had the base game and not so many packs. And even then, when my game was running incredibly fast, it was so slow because it was just, there's so much in it, and it takes a lot out of my old girl. That's why you never see me using any debug items at all. There are tons, and I would love to, especially some of the landscaping items, but it just makes my computer run too slowly, and I already struggle with that. And honestly, I'm trying not to kill my computer with what I'm doing with it. I luckily don't have to do the legacy sims or whatever. I am able to continue with updates and expansions. As far as I understand, I haven't done anything differently. I haven't downloaded anything differently. I don't know tons about computers, but I was very afraid that I was going to have the legacy. But I don't, as far as I know. But here I am, I've moved on to the outside. I saved this for last, which is kind of boring, I guess. It's not what I usually do. I usually end up doing landscaping closer to the beginning of a video. But, we're switching stuff up going into the new year. Are you a person who gets excited about a new year? I don't really. It doesn't mean tons to me, I guess. But, maybe I should try to be more excited about it. Maybe it's going to bring good things. 2019 wasn't great. It had some of the best moments and the best moment of my life. But it had a lot of really bad moments too. So maybe 2020 will be better. But the screenshots are coming up. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload every Monday and Thursday at around 4 p.m. So see you all in the next one. Bye! I have tried to record this part one too many times. The dogs are going out. The cats are going out.